I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing you understand is time doesn't work the way that it does. You can call me Oracle, I want to talk to you, welcome to the call. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about Seeming and Kith. Seeming is a changeling's physical aspect, which reflects the role he plays in Fairy. We are talking now about Changeling the Lost, as opposed to Changeling the Dream. Um, if we're actually inside of Autothon right now, we'd be going by Lost rules as opposed to Dream rules, although Dream rules would still technically apply, if that makes sense. If that whole like thing I said earlier about like how like the we could not unreasonably be inside of the primordial autothon right now, just chilling in the intermediate lower depths. That said, with that whole like thing I went into like I don't know 100 episodes ago or 200 episodes ago or back when I started this whole entire series about like how we could actually be inside of Autothon right now because of the technocracy effectively winning. But that's neither here nor there. So, Seemings are labels for changelings who have undergone similar transformations while being held prisoner in the fairy realm. It is largely a reflection of the experience and environment the lost was held in before escaping. Changelings who share a seeming often share not only physical traits, but psychological and emotional ones as well. They have shared common experiences of fairy, and were often captured or drawn to their keepers in similar ways. Each seeming comes with a particular blessing or curse, and their respective kiths add an additional blessing to the mix. Within each seeming, there exists a variety of kiths, which are way to more carefully define each changeling's fate nature. Changelings share very specific similarities beyond those of their seeming, while their supernatural changes may be similar. However, changelings with the same seeming or even the same kith may have radically different mains. There are 7 seemings recognized by changelings. Beasts are changelings who were used or treated as animals during their captivity. They got positive embodied. That's pretty rude. It's not necessarily the rudest thing that can happen to you, but it's very rude. They take on some part of the animal's nature and appearance, bestial sensation, and instinct, ever struggling for dominance with human thought and reason. They were human. They got turned into an animal for a while. In a place where, like, in a fey place. So it's hard to just be human again. Darkling changelings have been imbued with the darkness of fairy, embodying shadow and stealth, fear and deception. Spawned of darkness, their magic fades in the light of day. They got a lot of that Satropa Abba. Satropa Abba can be very scary. Satropa Abba can be very scary. I'm just saying. Elementals were used as inanimate objects or forces of nature during their captivity. Ooh. They got right corroded. They got converted to property. That's not cool. When they return to the mortal realm, they retain power of the elements they once belonged to, but find that humanity has become alien to them. Yeah. It's hard to relate to being a Jiva when you've been a chair for a while. You're literally a chair for a while. What's it like being a human again if you were a chair for a while? That is the elemental fate, Lost One dilemma. Ferris embodies grace and power, beauty and cruelty, able to enchant and beguile those around them. Those are the ones that they decided to make kind of like more fey-like, more like themselves. Grim changelings are attuned to the stories told by humanity. In order to remain safe from the others' predation, they embody the roles within those stories. That's actually probably me. If I'm a lost one, I'm probably a Grim. Ogres are creatures of great strength and prowess, hardened and brutalized by the tortures and abuses they endured at their master's hands. Torture pets. Not cool. Wizened have lost something of themselves to fairy. Reduced in body and or mind, made smaller than they were, they have turned bitter and spiteful. Their withered appearance, however, conceals inhuman agility and dexterity. These are the poor blighters that got turned into an equal volume of spiders. Yeah, they turned back into something human-shaped, but they're smaller, and They mad piss, they return into an equal volume of spiders, and then return to a not equal volume of person. As I'm sure I would be too, under those circumstances. Alright, let's talk a little bit about Grims. Since I'm pretty sure if I'm a lost one, I'm a Grim. That's just how it is. The Grims are a changeling Seeming. Those with the Seeming played the role of fairy about tale characters, effectively turning into them for a time. Actually, that would make a lot of sense for my third book, because I had a lot of like fairy tale characters in it. For example, like in the Sherwood Forest Kleptomaniac Support Group, for example. All right, drawn from the ranks of the painfully uncreative and dull. These changelings walked into the edge blindly. I am neither of those things. Their escape came from understanding the beat of their own story, reading in their own story, their way to freedom. The Grimm's appearance is inevitably drawn from books and stories, with words and illustrations scrawled across their bodies, the smell of paper drifting about them. Most of all, though, they will be changed by their current role, taken from some local story or another. This is not enough to alter their attributes or skills, but their behavior and appearance may shift radically. This seems like someone who would do this involuntarily, as opposed to someone who, like, would choose to do this like me. Because, like, that actually sounds like kind of fun. Not gonna lie. The Grimms in their escape made a promise to the Hedge to play out the stories that humanity tells. In so doing, they may remain safe. Once per story of the character, the Grimm treats the Grimm as he would anyone in a role, without being directly asked to do so. The Grimm gains a point of clarity for free. If the Grimm is not currently playing a role, she cannot gain clarity in this way. As a seeming blessing. Seeming courage, says Grimm, they fulfill the promise to remain safe. Denying it is a great risk. When playing a role, taking an action that runs counter that role for personal benefits is an immediate clarity breaking point. Further, when the Grimm is not within a role, she must reroll all successful dice rolls made to evade Huntsman and the Gentleman. Only dice that succeed twice actually count as a success. Oof. Oof. That's rude. Especially if someone tried to put a roll on you that you never agreed to. Alright. Kiths. I'll get into Kiths in another episode. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe.